So, maybe if we go outside, we'll think of something.
Spin is like more. Like Rolling Stone is more of like a fixture. Like it's kind of like the really cool uncle.
Okay.
And Spin,
like Jeff's uncle Steve.
yeah, and Spin is like the cool teenager, I guess. Like your cool older brother.
Oh, like John Travolta in Grease.
Symbolism?
We need symbolism. I mean, that was kind of the project.
Well, we need to represent the symbolism from the book.
We might want to address that.
Or do we have to make our own?
Or we might just want to
symbolism?
throw in some of our own symbolism that's like somehow correlates.
That
to the
is
book.
more profane.
What? We're talking about doing the one where Bill was talking to Jake about how some people think Jake is. I believe he was talking about Jake being gay or impotent.
Not gay.
No, I think he says some people think he's gay and others think he's impotent.
No, some people support you, and others think you're impotent.
Okay, maybe that's
He
what
didn't
it
say he
was.
was gay. He said that people might think he was gay for saying that he loved him.
Right.
Yeah. And he also goes on a tirade about how everything below the surface level is about sex.
Yeah, but it does address that,
including the Civil War.
Yeah, so it's got that, and it also has like Jake's impotency from the war, which is kind of. It's kind of an underlying motif.
It is an underlying motif because they're talking. It isn't underlying because they're talking about it directly.
At this point, it's not underlying, but at other points, it is.
Yeah.
Like with Jake and Brett, it's always.
Jake and Brett. This is
underlying
at the
tension.
point where it's the bluntest. They actually use the word impotent.
Yeah.
In the scene,
This is the only point where they really.
And then he says, "I'm not impotent. I just had an accident."
Yeah.
So whatever that means.
He might be kind of in denial, Like,
Yeah.
I'm still okay.
At the very beginning of the scene, he goes to dig for worms.
Do you think it would be funny if, while we were having them talk about it, he was trying to get his fishing gear ready, and he had one of those fishing rods that you kind of extend, and he's trying to get it out, but he can't.
But about the accident thing, he probably likes to refer to it as an accident rather than impotency, just because he's kind of he doesn't want people to think it's his fault. It's not.
It isn't his fault.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. Is that he likes to think of it as an accident, not that he's impotent, because that's more like a problem with him.
Yeah.
Rather than him just being shot in the nuts.
So, what are we gonna do for the movie?
Well, Peach would obviously be Brett, because they're both women. And then, so there's Bill and Jake.
Actually, Mallow would be Cohen, because Mallow's sort of an outsider, and Mallow's also Jewish.
What?
What is this? Get that frog coin. Now it's blocked?
Uh-oh. So, as Mario travels to Moleville, it's kind of like Jake traveling to Spain.
In that he's trying to get away from all of his troubles.
Mario must be trying to forget the trouble of helping Bowser, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Take back his keep. Alright, is there any symbolism of Loco in the book?
I'm not sure about that.
Maybe a chicken burrito, kind of like getting drunk.
How is that, David?
Well, it's possible that you could say that eating the ungodly amounts of Loco and Gulp could be more or less analogous to the way they judge. Yeah.
You know what we should do?
Did they judge manhood by
Chicken
drinking?
consumption and
Yeah.
drinking. Yeah. Well, they
their
judge manhood by
alcoholism
drinking.
is more or less the same way we judge a man by his ability to put away Loco and Gulps.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or should we go get extreme gulps? There's no symbolism in the book. There's no All right, well, tell me some symbolism.
No, everything that Hemingway wrote was meant literally.
Yeah. All right, but we'll see. Jake, tell us some
Everything.
symbolism.
Bullfighting.
What's it symbolize?
Bullfighting symbolizes the essence of manhood and life.
Are you sure?
Is that you're facing death at every turn? It's confronting your own mortality.
Are you sure he's not just actually talking about bullfighting?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, why would he hold it in such reverence if it was just a bullfight?
Because
It's
Hemingway.
cool.
Because Hemingway was a bullfighting aficionado.
He was a bullfighting aficionado, but he felt that he said that Jake says in the book, bullfighters are the only ones that live their lives to the fullest, and that's kind of obviously a reflection of what Hemingway thinks. Because Jake is almost a mouthpiece for Hemingway. Well, all the characters are really, but Jake mostly.
I hold Metal Gear Solid in similar reference, but I in no way consider that to be symbolic of life.
Really?
Indeed.
Because Metal Gear Solid is a video game and has nothing to do with risking life or limb. While bullfighting does.
Solid Snake risks life and limb every time I play him.
I mean, because the sentences are so simple and the dialogue isn't really flowery, it would seem like there's nothing.
Yeah, because there is none.
David, there is.
All right, well, what is it?
The Fiesta
What's it symbolize?
symbolizes the it doesn't. I don't know if it really symbolizes, but what it is it's the culmination of all of the feelings boiling over that have been percolating in Paris.
So it's basically the climax.
Yeah, it is the climax, but I don't know. We made it talk. So I guess it's not really a symbol per se, but also like we've beaten this to death in class, but the stuffed dog thing.
Oh, don't even go there. We just thought
What about the fishing trip?
Well, like, what's it symbolize?
Well, it's kind of representative of the need to. It's the Lost Generation need to get away. Like they've been trying like all their lives to get away from something, so they leave the States and they go to Europe, and then the big cities in Europe are too much for them, so they leave the big cities, and for short periods of time they leave and they go fishing, like Bill and Jake do, because it symbolizes symbolic of that, and it's also symbolic of they're kind of looking for truth in fishing, because fishing is simple.
I think I was supposed to turn it over. I think it's upside down.
Flaming He's gonna have his upstairs. Have some wine, white wine or red wine. I'm having red wine. Maybe a Pinot Noir.
Aphrodisiac is just something that incites arousal.
Oh,
basically.
really?
A food or an herb or something.
Yeah, like the kind of thing Jake would need.
But Spanish fly, actually it's like a famed aphrodisiac. It isn't actually an aphrodisiac. It can kill you.
Kind of like that food in the Matrix.
What do you mean?
Did they cut like Minute Maid make some?
Yeah, the blends and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The passion one. We had a serious conversation about how you can't drink too much passion, otherwise you might become really angry.
What? Your mom actually agreed with you on that.
We had like a 5-minute conversation about having too much passion.
No, was the Merovingian German or French?
French.
Really?
Yeah.
What about his wife?
You know the little ones, red skin potatoes?
Oh yeah.
I'd say that's my favorite potato.
When they were first introduced to Europe, they were not originally accepted because they were considered evil because they were thought to be an aphrodisiac. Because back then, anything that was vaguely phallic was assumed to be an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, but like anything that's round could be an aphrodisiac then. Right?
No, that's not round.
No, I know potatoes are oblong, but didn't it used to be that things that were round represented, ovaries, like female aphrodisiacs?
Their pancakes
Really?
really buttermilky. That's the thing. But it's pretty good. They didn't give me enough syrup though.
Don't
The
they have it on the
eggs.
Yeah,
table?
you get the syrup on the table.
You get the syrup on the table.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
pre-syrup it at Denny's?
It comes in one of those little syrup cups. You've seen the syrup
yeah.
cup, you know, they're like an octagon probably.
Octagon?
Generally, they're...
That's a sack of crap, Dave, and you know it.
Generally, they're octagonal, maybe like a few more sides than that. A decagon, maybe.
I've never seen one. It's never a polygon. It looks like a little milk pitcher.
No, I'm talking about the syrup
Yeah,
cup,
but
not
that's
the
the
syrup pitcher. The syrup cup,
Okay.
they're just like, they're a little narrower than this. Generally, like octagon, maybe a decagon, a little
I guess
taller.
I'm just used to the syrup pitcher.
You don't get a syrup pitcher? I'm pretty sure they got a syrup pitcher with like the boysenberry and the strawberry and
No.
the blueberry.
That's it.
I was served
Is
with...
that IHOP?
I guess.
I
It
got
sounds
the-
like IHOP does like the fruit stuff with their pancakes.
I got the 3 hot cakes with the syrup cup on there.
Hot cakes? They
Pancakes.
call them hot cakes?
Yeah, they
at
call them
Denny's?
hot cakes at Denny's. You can call them whatever you want.
So what are we gonna do for the movie?
The scene we're doing is in the hotel, right? Correct?
Yeah, it's in a hotel. Isn't it when they just wake up?
The Fist of Loco!
Ah!
We're never gonna finish this.
You still have one option.
I think you all know what we have to do.
Stay at the corner. She is living in the out of a tune.